Coming from the Truspace, we ain't answer to big neighbors. I don't give a fuck what you say. Found the universal coochie, planting seeds and birds fruit. Now I'm really looking juicy. Welcome to the Truspace. Yeah, bitch, welcome to the Truspace. Welcome to the Truspace. Yeah, bitch, welcome to the Truspace.
What's good, y'all? Welcome to Truspace. It's your astrologer, Open Book, and here to talk about this new moon tonight. So, I think this new moon in particular is very important, especially leading up to the full moon, and just because it's Libra season and we have this Pluto square impending, and it is going to be very transformative, aka destructive, and we're going to see a lot of the finalization of the Pluto and Capricorn transit. It went direct. Pluto started going to direct. So it's matching the energy of the sun. Is moving forward now, and we're really going to see a clash. So it is really imperative now, with the moon in Libra right now, for you to get your intentions in line, with the knowing the effects that the full moon is going to have coming up, because it's going to be crazy with that T-square that's going on with the sun, the moon, and Pluto. And not to mention the square that happens before when the moon's in Capricorn. So it's going to be, these next 2 weeks are going to be crazy type shit. And it's funny because when the moon is in Aries, we know that the full moon is going to be in Aries. So right now, with the wave of the universe is finding ways to reach common ground and finding ways to bring harmony to things. There was a time to kind of war for things, and there was time to show out and test things and stuff like that. Leo season, Aries season for before and stuff like that. But now, more so, the flow is not meaning that you can't do these other things, but if you're trying to manifest things into your life, if you're trying to not move with resistance, then you're going to have to be in tune, or take the same pace as the universe or your environment is going at, for you to have the benefit of the environment in the outcome of your manifestation. So that's why I feel like this new moon is really important, for you to really establish what your intention on what you want to bring harmony to, and to really bring balance to that, to your relationships, to and it's not even just people, it's people, places, and things that you would be trying to bring harmony into. And then it even plays out on what area of life this all plays out in you, depending on what house you have the Libra moon and new moon transiting in. So that takes on a new level that I'll kind of get into after. But yeah, this full moon is going to be fucking ridiculous. Just to put it in context, it's funny how this shit always happens. This shit always happens. Full moons, new moons, new sign movements and conjunctions and shit like that. Like, it's crazy for us to think that on a global level, things aren't moving or abiding by the laws of astrology. We're lost, or our eyes are fucking closed. But just to put it in context of the very transformative things that are about to happen. And it's funny, maybe some people think that things happen in the States, or being disconnected from being in Canada and stuff like that. Some shit that happens in Mexico is going to affect me being in Canada directly. Not even just Mexico, but all of our neighbors, but just in the world in general. Like, this illusion of these individual countries, and like, y'all still falling for that shit? Y'all really still falling for that shit? It's kind of bogus now, just at the level of coordination. It would be impossible. it would most definitely be impossible. Since the world, what do you call it? Since the UN came in, it wasn't even before that, but that was solidified on a like a public level, and that's when it was like mainstream that. And but y'all niggas still be thinking that shit's individual and all that. But what I was diving into, or what I was talking about in regards to this full moon energy on the 18th, when we're getting into the this full moon type energy, all of this shit's going down with America, with them hitting their cap on their their federal their federal budget, on their federal spending, and it's kind of, they described it as them hitting the max on their credit card, and now that they raised the cap, so they still have to pay the money, but then like they're going further in debt, which what would do to the currency? What would that do to everything? Or otherwise they would have to default, which AKA would have to cut a lot of the federal spending, like all the extra shit would get cut off, and millions in jobs would get cut off. A lot of money people were expecting to get is gonna get cut off. A lot of projects that were in midway are gonna get dropped and shit like that. It'll be a catastrophe. And they said that the date that they had to make decisions on what they was gonna do was by the fucking 18th, the full moon. So just take that into perspective and see what how transformative that is on a collective level, and how that energy is real. So when I'm telling you to really take heed and establish harmony, to not approach things so aggressively, or at least learn how to bring harmony into aggressive, volatile areas of your life. You're gonna have to jump into the belly of that beast and try to at least bring some harmony to that. Because you can't, it won't be, that's the flow of the universe right now, or that's what's going to prove to be the most beneficial over time. You could be a selfish or more of that individual mindset, or try to bring about harmony in your own way, or stay involved in the fluff and shit like that. And then when shit hits the fan, you're looking around and ain't nobody there trying to help you, because you wanted to be a bitch ass nigga, because you wanted shit to be volatile, because you didn't want to jump in and actually deal and make things nice. So now you're gonna have to deal with that shit, and you might get and rocked, and it's gonna be volatile, and you're gonna be hurt, because you didn't establish that harmony in the first place. You didn't make sure that area that you would tread, would be safe. Basically, there are times to go to war, and there are times to make alliances. And now is the time to make alliances, especially with the trine helping with Jupiter and Saturn and Aquarius helping the moon out. It's because we're all forward thinking, because we're all looking into the future, and how to innovate, or we're all ready for the new. We're all primed and ready for the whatever's next, or for something new to happen, for us to expand into something new. So it's kind of like those already primed, or it's kind of like we're kind of already being pushed into that, and we kind of already recognize that. So on terms of the relationships that we're building, it's kind of helping us, because things are moving over. It's having us have to start new ideas, spark new ideas, and communicate about the things that we want. And then we're now starting to fixate on them, Aquarius, and see social groups and stuff like that, or amass amounts of knowledge, based off of the things that we are wanting to bring balance to, and stuff like that. If you get what I mean, that's what the trine is helping out with this Libra new moon. So it's giving you the information, or it's giving you the social circumstances, the social group. It's showing you where to go to get the information, or who you can go to and talk, and maybe putting you in a different social setting overall for you to express yourself. Not to mention the North Node in Gemini creating another trine, where we got the a Grand Air trine, but it's probably not going to last because the moon, moves. But then the North Node being in Gemini, it's going to, with the trine, it's going to help us move in God's way, because it's going to be the initial truth. Maybe that's what you'll be allowed to speak within that new social group in that paradigm, or that's the information that you will end up diving into. Is going to be something that is real, raw, genuine, of what's information that's going on right now and then. That's going to help you establish balance. Because even look at it, if something has happened in the past that has messed up and initially prevented there from being balanced, the truth of right now and the facts of right now may be that ticket for that greater light, or for there to be a greater perspective, or for it to be left in the past, because maybe what's to come in the future is undeniable. And everybody's moving on that vibe too, or everybody's under the influence of the sun being in Libra, moving towards harmony and shit like that. They just may be a little bit more manipulative, persuasive, but if you have your wits about you, and you're aware of that stuff, you're not gonna necessarily fall for the fluff or sweet talk, but you're going to find new ways of creating balance in your life. You're going to find new ways of how to start relationships and how to interact with the people you have relationships with on a completely different level. And this is why I'm saying to really check your intentions and really do what you gotta do, whether it be candle magic, whether it be writing things down, burning the shit up, or whatever. Doesn't even have to be burning, whatever it is, focusing on putting intent into a bottle of water, really focusing on it and drinking it, whatever type of magic or witchcraft you be about, really do that and really set those intentions in the right areas of life. This is where witchcraft and spell work and shit like that goes wrong, because you cannot be no wizard or no witch and you don't know where the moon is. That's absolutely ridiculous, because what are you manifesting? What are you channeling? What are you using? Sounds like you're not connected to your environment. So what is the relation, the information going to relate to? Especially if the moon's talking about our intuition. Why don't you know where the fucking moon is? That's a key component. So depending on where the moon is, it's letting you know where the manifestation powers, where you will be assisted, where you will be benefiting, where's the primest, ripest soil for you to plant these new seeds in, and that is in Libra. That is in you starting a new relationship that's going to create harmony. That's going to allow you to create balance. That's going to allow you to showcase your creative talents on a larger scale. It's going to allow you to mix and mingle your energy with other individuals without necessarily losing yourself as an individual, but becoming a greater whole by joining up with someone else. And it being healthy and strengthening. And Chiron being in Aries, in the opposite sign, is going to make it awkward. And it's going to be on the type of vibe of, it's something that a wound that you have, or something that you are meant to heal from, something that maybe you have been bothered, or that had been afflicted with, or a wound that you have, but it's not always been addressed right now. The new moon is kind of coming and putting that awareness in it, and it's like, there's a wound in this area, there's lack of harmony in this area, what are you gonna do about it? And you could turn away from, because you're getting lost in the inverted Venus, wanting everything to look nice and pretty and shit like that, and turn away from it and try and look at more pretty shit. Or you look at that Chiron and you look at that injury and you see where it came from, and you go and try and use the positive sign in Venus and try and add as much balance and harmony as you can into that area, rectifying that area in preparation for that full moon. So when that shit comes, you don't end up in no full moon moment yourself. That's just America's business to be going through all of that shit. But you in your personal life, in your personal business, you rode the wave, you cleared the space, and when the moon goes into that, you can really release those those inner those selfish desires, or you could really reap the fruits of planting those seeds of balance and harmony. Because when the moon goes into fucking Aries, it's gonna start being like, what was all that individual talk? What was all that me type talk? Put your hands up, nigga, let's fight. And then you're gonna be looking around and nobody's gonna be there, and it's like, now let's fight. Who's gonna help you? You thought you can do it on your own, or you thought that you can put this off, or you thought that relationships weren't, or creating genuine relationships weren't as important. You didn't want to flow with the universe and shit like that. And now when you need help, and now when winter's coming and you can see that Adam's about to fall, and you're looking around to see who you can distribute and communicate with, and ain't nobody there, that's your fault, because you didn't take heed of this new moon to plant those seeds. And if you're already aware of it, kudos to you. But I'll talk about the new moon and where it is, and in your chart based on your houses. So where you have the moon Libra is where the new moon is occurring, and that is the area of life that you are experiencing a new way of relating in. That is the new relationship. That's the area of life where you will experience a new relationship, and that is the area of life that you will learn to bring harmony to, that you will learn to bring more balance to, find new ways to bring balance and harmony into that specific area of life. So this helps you really pinpoint and locate where the universe is trying to communicate to you at, and really channel into specific areas. You're separating the rainbow. It's not no clustered black mass. You see the red. You see, oh, these are my desires. Oh, you see the orange. Oh, you see, this is what my pleasure is. Oh, you see the yellow. This is what I want to create. This is my identity. You know what I mean? You separate the rainbow. So, AKA, all right, let's get into the houses. So the moon in Libra going through the first house. So already off the back, if you have Libra in the first house, you're already fucked. But because your relationships are already so ultimately entangled in who your personal identity and who you are as an individual. The people you hang out around and the relationships you have really define who you are. So it's kind of hard to understand who you are separate from other people and the relationships that you have with that placement. But with the new moon, you're learning to bring more harmony into this area of life, aka now you're not just mirroring people, but now you're consciously aware of the energetic exchange that is going on between you and the person. And now maybe you can you're visibly absorbing the positive traits of that person and rejecting or not integrating the negative traits of that person, and now you kind of become that type of sponge type person where the more people you know and the more relationships they have, the more you understand yourself as an individual, or the more you know who you are. Now that's how you flip and make that energy positive, and that's how you flip and make your curse a blessing. And this is where your attention should be, and bringing harmony in that, and finding bridges and pathways into how you can use your relationships and how they so intricately define you as an individual and what you're personally interested in. Have awareness of that and use it to your benefits. Bring balance and harmony into these type things. Okay, maybe one thing's bad, but what can you learn from it? You know, and how can you use it? You're gonna have to start taking that type of approach. But that's where it's going to affect you. The Libra, the new moon in Libra in the second house. So this is the house of possessions and finances and how you produce things, your gifts, your talents, and stuff like that. How you physically take care or provide for yourself within this world. So if you have Libra, the new moon in Libra, this is where you're bringing balance to. You're bringing balance to the things that you have, or maybe you had too much, or maybe you had too little. It's more so you're starting to balance out the things that you have into finding an equilibrium where you can truly sustain yourself, if you get what I mean. The second house, we're talking about Taurus energy, so it's already, or it's connecting on that Venus level, but this is the receptive side of Venus. So this new moon is coming in a way, in a place where it's showing you where you can add balance and harmony into an area of life where you are receiving. So it may, if you are planting bad seeds, or if you don't adopt a positive perspective, it may feel like you're not getting anything, if you know what I mean, or this new way of relating, and it's external, and you're thinking of interacting with that on a external level and other people's. But what if you interacted with yourself on that level? What if that's how you moved with yourself, and that's how you received this new way of creating balance and this new way of initiating relationships? Why not a way of initiating relationship be a talent? Something that is something that you are able to produce. That probably is your talent, even having Libra in the second house. Being able to be the bridge for other individuals. So you're finding ways to bring harmony into that ability, into your finances, and establishing relationships that is going to help you do that. And so maybe not being so stubborn if somebody offers help to move things physically, or to help you with money troubles or with possessions or something like that, or somebody offers to buy something that maybe you're holding on to and afraid to sell, or something like that, along those lines. If you have this new moon happening in your third house, then you'll be finding a new way to initiate harmony in your environment. So it would be more so reflected into the people, places, and things in your immediate surrounding, and how you can communicate and place things, make things look that bring you into a state of equilibrium, that make your environment a harmonious one, and not something that is volatile or all over the place. If you But yeah, and that's for the third house. So it's more about establishing, making sure that you can stay balanced, or that things are always friendly in a situation where you have a space that you can go to where things aren't chaotic, and it's in your immediate surroundings. Yes, maybe if you were to venture out a little further, you may find more resistance and stuff like that. But within what's close and immediate, you got that on lock, because you were vocal about what you had wanted, and you already had, you know, went halfway and planted the seeds, and now your environment is balanced and isn't volatile. Yet you can't run away from it, but it's not in your immediate surroundings. So that's where all of this will be happening with you. If you have this new moon going on in your fourth house, then have a little conflict, because this is going on in the home or domestic or in the domestic area, and because it's something that is private or something that is personal, it's hard to put others first. You know what I mean? It's because it's like it's your home. Yeah, you live with your wife, or you live with your siblings, or you live with your children, but you want to watch one thing and they want to watch another thing, if you get what I mean. Whereas because the fourth house, when you're talking about home and what's private and stuff like that, and then Libra, that's talking about balance. It's already talking about those family compromises that has to happen within the household, and those aren't necessarily the easiest things to get through, like what it's but it's to have that awareness. How much do you really want to watch? How valuable is it that you were to sit there and watch the TV show, or keep things cordial with whoever you're living with, or let them to watch whatever they're watching for a little bit, or at least let it be known, or communicate how harmony can be established, and let it be known, to not let it just be emotions that aren't talked about, or emotional outbursts that aren't addressed. And because they aren't addressed, a bridge is not being built for an equilibrium to be expressed. It's like a clash of auras and energy, but it all dissipates, and it's not a mingle where they connect and understand each other's energy and take a shape and form that blends together. So this is something that is hard to do within the home, but it's not impossible. And once you are able to bring balance and an equilibrium into the home, into your private life, it gives you a huge boost, because now you just have to take on the world. Really, that's the next square. Now you have to take on the world, but you can always come home and things are balanced. And that's how important that is. And that's why you have to plant the right seeds and take advantage of this new moon, so that you can claim balance in that area of life. If you have this new moon going on in your fifth house, then you're finding new ways to bring balance and harmony to to how you entertain yourself, how you find fun and enjoyment, and how you creatively express yourself. You're finding new relationships within this creative space. You're finding new things and ways to create and express yourself, and articulate yourself in a more fluid way, and it's allowing you to have more fun and enjoyment. It's allowing you to create more, or really showcase who you are as an individual. And you want that freedom to create. So that's why you have to understand, because with this new moon, you're creating new ways of bringing harmony into these places. But it's imperative to establish an equilibrium, or else that fire may get you may get a little too dramatic. When we're talking about Libra and fucking Leo, and things don't get dramatic. The fifth house representing Leo, and things don't get dramatic. You know what I mean? Or Libra is going to add flame to Leo, and it's going to keep on burning. Or it's going to get hype. Be like, oh, you looking nice, Leo. Be like, yeah, I do look nice, don't I? And just start amping them up, and then Leo's in the spell. And that's how Libra catches Leo. Leo, peeps it, and then it's like. But anyways, that's what would be happening. So it's finding new ways of finding balance and harmony. So maybe if there's an entertainment or a way of creating or expressing yourself that you had to often go too far into, or don't know what is too far, you're going to find ways to not go too far, or you're going to find ways to really balance it with other people where it doesn't get too dominating. It's not even just balancing it with other people, but you're establishing an equilibrium of how you creatively express yourself, aka you don't dive in too far and get too selfish or wanting things to be too nice, but getting too short, and for you to not think that nice things can happen, or for you to disbelieve in your ability to create and manifest things into your life, or to have fun and enjoyment. So you're gonna find a nice balance and equilibrium within that area if you're planting the right seeds. If you have the new moon happening in your 6th house, then this means that you are bringing balance and harmony into your day-to-day habits, and you're now learning to emotionally respond to ways that are going to help you on a day-to-day basis, and help the habits that you form and build allow you to maintain harmony in your life, for you to do the little things, for you to be efficient in maintaining that harmony. That's where this new moon's going to kind of guide you towards the small things that you can do that really add up, the role that you can play that really makes things run more smooth and efficiently, and that is going to in turn help bring balance into your life. That's in turn going to help you establish the relationships that you need, or help things start to move smoothly around your time as well, because you're understanding that teamwork makes the dream work. And then yes, so if you have the new moon going through your 7th house, then you are finding new ways to bring balance into your relationships and how you relate and intermingle with other people. So it's kind of really just helping you natively already have that ability to relate with people. And it's funny, it's probably because you're honest, because you're an Aries ascendant and shit like that, and people really genuinely respond to honesty, or people who are outright, most of the time, this world is getting stupid, but most of the time, that honest person, because at least you know that they're not lying to you, you know. And if they're sneaky, maybe they believe that they can lie to you, you know what I mean? Or they feel comfortable telling you things because they'll know that even if you were to tell, they'll be able to find out and stuff like that. Or that you're an open book, so that they don't feel threatened. They don't feel like they have anything to hide, and that thing's not being triggered because of them. So that helps you establish real, genuine relationships right off the bat, because people don't feel any intrusive type energy coming from you. Maybe they feel intensity coming from you, but they understand it as honesty, or may look rash and naive and shit like that. Aries descendants probably always getting that, being called immature or rash, or restless and all of that type shit. But you're finding gonna dive into literally new relationships, or find a new way to emotionally respond to the relationships that you were already in previously, in ways that is going to start bringing more balance and harmony. Now, you're gonna have more efficient ways of mixing and mingling the energy of how you relate to people, and it's gonna be through a relationship that's going to show you how to have better relationships, not just within that relationship, but it's going to be magnified in just how you relate to people in general. But it's going to be a relationship, you intermingling with something else that is going to give you that lesson that is applicable to everything. If you have this new moon going through your eighth house, then you are finding a new way to bring balance and harmony into your vulnerabilities, into an area of life that you hold really deep down into your deepest core. You're finding a way to um, talk light about these things, or to creatively express them, or to not be afraid to express these things. For it's kind of like an intuitive pull for you to find a creative outlet, or for you to find or to start the conversation of what's on the inside, for you to start trying to bring balance and harmony into your deepest desires, so that it's not fucking, all deep and scary and mucky, and it's the dirty closet, the dirty room, the skeletons in the closet type aspect, but it's your dreams, hopes, and aspirations that is within your deep, not and something that you want to hide, not the things that you want to hide, but the things that you find valuable and that you want to protect. That's the vibe that you should be on. So it's about starting, finding new ways to bring about balance, and harmony, and establishing new relationships that help and cater to this area, help make you look at your deepest, or understand and put in a lighter realm of reality, understand the pleasures and what you get out of it, what you like, and how to bring balance into these your deepest desires, so that they turn into positive influences instead of something that holds you down, something that weighs you down, but now it's something that holds you down, and gives you strength and sturdiness instead of heaviness and weight. If you have this new moon in Libra going through your ninth house, then you're finding new ways to bring balance and harmonies into your experiences and how you build knowledge and wisdom. So it's going to be a new way of starting the conversation of how you went through things, a new way of, or want being open to start new relationships based off of the experiences that you went through, based off of the wisdom and knowledge that you have built up through just living life, through you just going through shit, and from you seeing what works and what doesn't work, and you developing your intellectual system and moral system based off of that. You are using that, or that has developed to a point now intuitively you kind of unlocked a way to go at relationships differently, or start new relationships based off of this the past experiences that you are going through, and they are kind of intuitively guiding you into how to bring balance and harmony into your life. So really follow those past experiences and the knowledge and wisdom you have built up throughout your life. Not things that you have heard about through other people, but the things that you have actively went through, seen the outcome, and lived through, and felt the warmth after, you know. You went in and seen it rise and die, and see what was left. Then you can call that experience and wisdom and knowledge, and that's what's going to guide you. If you have this new moon in Libra going through your 10th house, then you are finding new ways of bringing balance and harmony into your business and career, and your work overall, or how you interact with society in general. So it's not necessarily just business, but your busyness, the shit that you get up into, the role that you play in society if you're a prisoner, the community work is probably going that you do is probably reflected in the 10th house and shit like that. That type of shit, because that's the role that that person plays, or going to prison or some shit like that. That's definitely some 10th house, 7th house type shit. But yeah, it's the role that you play within society. So if you have the new moon going through your 10th house, now you're finding intuitively being led to new ways of bringing balance and harmony to the career spectrum, of being able to start relationships with people that would eventually build into more practicality, more business, you learning how to interact with people so that things move more efficiently and that you're able to build stable, sturdy foundations, so that your authority or authenticity doesn't get questioned or challenged or diminished, because you have established equal balance with the people that you interconnect with, so that on this grand stage, teamwork makes the dream work. Nobody's stepping on each other's toes, and you guys are working collectively together. Even though having individual ambitions and stuff like that. So it's finding new ways to bring balance and harmony into how you interact with the world at large. And this is the area that you should be focusing on bringing the right intentions into. If you have this new moon in Libra going through your 11th house, then you are bringing balance, finding new ways to bring balance and harmony into your social life and how you interact with people at a large, and your ability to gather information. You're finding new relationships that is like giving you ultimate downloads, or finding started bringing balance and harmonies into areas that allow you to widen your information network and the people that you know and the information that you are able to get to, and yeah, people that you're able to connect to. You're kind of starting to be intuitively led into these types of groups, into these types of situations where you get to bring balance and harmony into large scale things, and really connect with people and drum up genuine conversation. I mean, not just conversations, yes, but relationship based off of like-mindedness. This is really an opportunity for you to meet like-minded people, for you to plant the seeds to meet like-minded people, with the moon traveling through your 11th house, the house of your social life and your the collective mind, Aquarian type of energy. So if you have the new moon in Libra traveling through the 12th house, then this new moon is helping you bring balance and harmony into your subconscious mind, into the areas of life that you aren't necessarily always paying attention to, but are in the background influencing you. And it's kind of like your subconscious mind is always recording everything, so it's not necessarily at the moment what you are paying attention to, but it's the things that have built up over time that have triggers within your mind that make you think of certain things. It's tapping into the reservoir of memory that even you don't have full domain of. It's like the AI system of whatever file of your memory file system type deal, whereas you can go in manually and scrummage through, go A, B, C, D, E, F, G through the files and shit like that and find the specific memory. But the subconscious is the entire thing, if you get what I mean. Anyways, where all of that information exists, this is where the new moon is. So you're finding new ways of bringing balance into your subconscious mind. So having maybe started new relationships that in turn, now the energy that you're starting to feel around you isn't as volatile anymore, or you're finding because of the relationship that you have established, because of the seeds that you had planted, There are more positive, more creative type influences that are going to be within your surrounding, more supportive, more harmonious type energies that are going to be playing around. If you're planting the right seeds, knowing that this is the area that the new moon is traveling in, because it could play out with being persuaded or being sweet talked by somebody and you being unconscious of it and it playing out on that level. So if you're planting the right seeds, it's not going to be something that is um, rocking to you to sleep, or it's not going to be something that is too sweet because it's based off of what you want and how to bring balance and harmony into your life, you know. So don't neglect the what is unconscious or the subconscious or the even the dreams that you are going to be having. You may even be having wild dreams with the new moon traveling through your 12th house, and that dream may even reveal information of how you can bring more balance and harmony. So really peep that dream and don't discount it leading up to this new moon. And yep, that's the new moon through all the signs. And really put your intention into creating this balance and harmony, and for you to really be open to working with people, like-minded people, yes, but keep that bridge open. Don't think, oh no, nobody's gonna work with me, or I'm not gonna be able to establish that balance. Plant that seed with that hope that you can create balance, and that you will be there for people and they will be there for you, and you will start seeing the benefits of that, because that divide is coming when the moon goes in Aries and we're having that full moon, and we already know Aries is under attack. We already know Aries, aka individuality, is under attack. So for sure it's going to be a wild one. But take care, everybody. See you talk for that full moon. Peace out.